Yeah, what's up? It's your boy Ghetto Bandit, aka William McTruffin. Yeah, today I want to talk about the classic Indian tech support scam that's going on. Well, I caught wind of this back in 2009, around 2008, 2009. It wasn't as big as it is now. They got the tools now to destroy your computer. And it's scary and it's dangerous because you having a person that's a complete stranger going to your computer and claiming that they fixing your computer when they putting malicious stuff on your computer to harm your computer. And I've seen videos on YouTube that people was like not lending them their real computers but using a virtual machine, and I seen these people get angry because they couldn't get money out of the person and literally destroy their computer by using a software or whatever it's called a syskey. But before I get into how this syskey thing works, I'm gonna talk about how this whole thing plays out. They lie to you and tell you that you got a virus on your computer. There's only a few ways that you can obtain this threatful thing that pops up on your computer screen. By visiting porno sites or visiting sites that have a high rate of traffic that goes to that site. They put like these trigger devices on these sites, so when you go to these sites, if your computer is not protected, it'll trigger off to their unit that your computer is unprotected and let's go and attack this computer. And what they do is they will lock up your internet browser, your URL, and you can't exit out, and it just keeps saying call this number, you have a virus on your computer, call this number, you have a virus, and they keep repeating that. But it's different ones, it's not the same. You're going to come across some that's quiet, you're going to come across some that hijacks your whole screen and just tell you to call, or you're going to come across the comment one that's out today that hijacks just your URL browser, your internet browser, and tell you to call this 1-800 number or 1-866 or 1-855 number. It's a toll-free number here in the United States. I'm gonna give you some education on that. Whenever you come across something like that, don't panic. What you need to do is just go into your system history and clear your system's history. Not your computer history, but your internet browser history. And normally that fixes the problem temporarily. It don't fixes it permanently, but just temporarily. The reason for that is you're going to keep coming in contact with this problem if you keep visiting these websites. And a lot of people do visit the same website over and over, so yeah, they're going to keep getting that pop-up every time they visit these websites. So this is what they do. They lie to you and tell you, hey, you got a virus on your computer, let's check it out. We'll give you a free trial to just look in your computer to see if you have any viruses. And then they're going to pull up the tree function, then they're going to put up the system functions and tell you, oh, you see this right here? It have a bunch of errors right here. That means that your network is compromised. That means that somebody is trying to invade your network. Yeah, dummy, you trying to invade it. You the one that's doing this. Even if you tell them, oh, but I had this computer reformatted like a week ago, it shouldn't have any viruses on this computer. They're going to be like, oh, no, you're not protected. Oh, this is my favorite one they always say. Oh, you have an antivirus program, but it's not really helping you. All the antivirus programs that are created today, it's pretty much up to date. It warns you when an attack is imminent, if I'm saying that right. Those big words. It warns you to let you know that an attack is nearby or is approaching, and it handles the situation. If it's a small attack, it'll get rid of it. Sometimes your antivirus don't even tell you that it's getting rid of something. It just does it automatically. In this case, like AVG It's a strong antivirus program. I highly recommend that. And I highly recommend you buying the full version and not the trial version, because it could do more good for your computer. And as far as it goes with the syskey situation, it's a program that they can install on your computer without you even knowing that they're doing it. And it's like a doomsday button, you might as well say. Like, if they don't get the funds that they want from you, or you deny them any money or whatever, or make them upset in any kind of way, they just push one button and it's like a delete command. It deletes everything off your system. It wipes your system hard. It wipes your system clean. Your DLL files will be corrupted, and it'll send you in a blue screen of death. Meaning that when you go to reboot your computer, it's going to ask you to reformat your computer. It's going to ask for a copy of Windows. That's what the syskey is. And you want to avoid that at all times by not allowing these people to gain access to your computer to cause malicious harm to your computer. And they can steal important information. They can make a complete duplicate of your hard drive and steal important information like your credit card numbers, your social security number, and they can do credit scams in your name and run up your name and buy a boat or a house or a car in your name, whatever. But they're not really into stuff like that. They'll probably buy more jewelry than anything. That's what them Indian people like. They like jewelry and stuff like that. Steady them coming to the United States and getting a job like any other nation. They rather sit behind a computer screen and scam us. And not too long ago, ladies and gentlemen, it was a fake IRS company that got taken down by the U.S. I think it was in New Delhi or New Guinea or something like that. I remember watching it on the news maybe about a month ago that they arrested about 5,000 call center people because they was doing this. The U.S. was doing this secret operation over there for quite some time. They didn't let the American people know about it because they didn't want them to know that we was coming after them. And then we had sent some troops over there to arrest them and I guess extradite them back to the US. I mean, I'm not too sure about this. I could be telling the story wrong. Your best bet is to go Google this up for yourself, but I know something of that nature happened. And it's not going to stop these people because it's so many of them. It don't be just one group of people that's doing this. It's a whole village of people that's doing this. It's people that lives in these remote areas that don't have nothing to live for. They don't have no money, no food. Their government is treating them like trash. Their government don't give them no money. They don't give them no benefits, no nothing. So any little money they can get helps them. So, you know, it's sad, but that's how it is. And they see that America is wealthy. We have money. We flaunt our wealth. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. This is a continuation to the video. I apologize for the cutoff time. Like I said, we flaunt our wealth around, and that's not cool. And other countries see it and think that we rich and we have so much wealth and everybody over here living the Mecca life and we live like kings and queens over here, but that's not true. It is some people over here that's less fortunate than others, that's not getting money as fast as others. And to get off of this topic, I want to go back to the syskey. I made a mistake in the video earlier on when I said the syskey is what deletes your computer. No. I was wrong, and that was very unprofessional of me to even say that. The syskey is a totally different function that the computer has. It's like one of those hidden functions that's in the computer. If you find it, you can do a lot of damage to somebody's computer. You don't even have to give them no virus to destroy their computer. It's like a delete command. It's a delete function. When you get in contact with these fake Indian tech support companies that want to scam you, and maybe you don't feel like paying them no money because they want $300, $400 for nothing, just to play around with you, just to open up different things in your computer and tell you that, oh, this wrong, this got errors, this is a virus, whatever. And you can tell when a company is BSing you around. If they don't go to your internet and download an antivirus program, or they don't have an anti-program that's licensed and the company is allowing them to use it because they are second party, or they got permission to use it, then it's a legitimate company. If they don't allow the company to use their product and they go ahead and do so, could result to them being sued by the company. These fake internet tech support scammers is popping up all over. If you're having a problem with your computer, I advise you to take it into somebody that's professional, that know what they're doing, to get rid of this situation. Steady trying to cut costs by getting somebody with an Indian accent to fix your computer. It's not going to work. They're going to do more harm than good. And if you tell them, oh no, I will pay you later, I don't need it done right now, that's when they're going to open up the syskey. The syskey function, it puts a lock on your computer and you can't bypass that lock. And I've seen some Indian tech support scam artists that took it a tab further than that. Not only that they put it on the actual computer Windows itself, they also put it on the BIOS, and I've seen them put it on the hard drive as well. You can lock the hard drive too. You can put a password lock on the hard drive and the BIOS, and if you're not advanced like me or any other technician out there that knows what to do in that situation, you'll be screwed. Because in that situation, you will have to update your BIOS. You will have to go to the website of your BIOS with a thumb drive, install the update to your BIOS, and update your BIOS, and that should remove any code that's on your BIOS. But if you don't know how to bypass that code on your BIOS, then you screwed. Most computers have jumpers on the motherboard that you can actually jump the motherboard and reset the BIOS and bypass it that way. Or some older model motherboards that you probably will have to solder a jumper across the pins to jump the motherboard, and then once you jump the motherboard, you have to desolder, take it off, and put the CMOS battery back onto the system and reboot it and hope that that works. But sometimes you got to leave it off for 24 hours so the power and the system could leave the system so it can do a full reset. Because I know back in the day I had to do that when I was working on old Dell computers and old HP computers, and you had to do that. You had to remove the CMOS battery, and sometimes the CMOS battery could wipe out the memory of the BIOS and start you over or whatever. But the only problem with Dell computers, when you do so, it messes up the BIOS, and then every time you reboot the computer, you have to push F1 for the computer to boot up properly, and it's a hassle. It won't boot up normally anymore because the manufacturing settings that was in there when the manufacturer company had programmed the computer is no longer there, so it have to be done manually by pushing F1. And you know, that goes to show you my knowledge on computers, because a lot of people say that I don't know what I'm doing, I don't have no knowledge in computers. Yes, I have a lot of knowledge of computers. I've been working on computers for 25 years. I know what I'm talking about. It's just that some things might be new, because we reaching the age now in computering that things is different now. It's not the same as it used to be. Now programs are starting to come on thumb drives, and sooner or later CDs gonna be obsolete and ain't gonna be no more CDs. You're gonna have to format a computer with a thumb drive, with one of these, and that's gonna have your operating system on that. It's not gonna be no more booting up any CDs and going to your disk drive and setting your disk drive as your primary boot so you could boot the operating system and get it started for the installation. It's not going to be that way no more. So the times is changing. You got to advance with the timing, because you're going to be left behind. And that's my talk about the fake internet scam artists and what a syskey does to your computer and how much damage it could do to your computer if you come across a fake tech support scammer that's just don't give a crap and willing to just mess up your computer because you didn't want to give them the money that they wanted. You know, just go to your local computer repair shop and have them take a look at it and see what they can do for you. In some cases, some computer repair shops have to tell a person to discard their computer. If it's a laptop, then you're in trouble, because most laptops don't have jumpers on the motherboard. I mean, you can remove the CMOS battery, but everything on a laptop is integrated. Everything is on the board, so it's no getting to any jumpers to jump the board, because it ain't any. So that's the risk that you run.